Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing coming to you live and direct. It's your boy BBO Boxing coming to you live, man. We getting ready to get started, man. Sorry a little bit. We run a little bit behind. Dog on dog tried to run away. My man Prize Fighter should be pulling up any minute. But we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about. I mean, there's so much going on in boxing. I can't tell you how excited I am about all the different things going on. What's up to my man Prize Fighter? What's up with you, brother?
What's up with the what's up? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. I know
Yeah,
we got a
you
lot to
ready
talk
now?
about today. But what's on your mind, Prize Fighter? What you think is going on in boxing today that you want to discuss, my man?
Um, I was looking. Well, it's fight week, so uh, that Sugar Shakur going up against Yoshino, and
Yeah.
I think Shakur is just going to dominate this guy. This guy, he doesn't jab his way in. He puts his head down and swings wild, and I just see Shakur getting him out of there. Well,
You said pillow punching Shakur is getting somebody out of there?
man, or they gonna have to stop the fight because he getting hit so much. This dude he puts his head down. He don't jab his way in. He gets hit a lot. I'm not too impressed with him. That's
Even coming off his biggest win, beating somebody like Nakatani, that don't impress you?
um. I watched the fight. It was a good it was some punches landed. But I'm still not impressed because I just don't think he has the skill set to beat Shakur. I think Shakur dominates. I don't see this guy winning one round.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. You said not one round. Sheesh.
Mhm. I don't know
I
how he gonna hit Shakur. How's he gonna hit him?
because go ahead.
No, I said I don't know how he gonna hit Shakur.
Say it one more time. I don't know what happened. Can
Can
you
you hear
hear
me
me?
now? Yeah, I can hear you.
What did you say? Sorry, your audio went out before you
All
said
right,
something.
my
What'd you
bad.
say?
I'm good now. You can hear me now?
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
No, no, no. Can you hear me now?
Can you repeat what you just said? I missed what you said.
Am I? Can you can't hear me at all?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we having technical difficulties. But I'll tell you what. The thing is, the reason why I'm not so much worried about this fight. You back there? You back on Prize Fighter?
Yeah, I can hear you if you can hear me.
Oh, okay, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Now I can hear you.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know, man. My man Stitzo 100 said Shakur is a shorter Devin, no power, good skills though. You know what? I'm gonna say I agree with you. My man Prize Fighter be right back up, y'all. I don't know what happened, man, but I would say I would agree with you because one thing about Shakur, man, he really has shown that he's pretty accurate. He knows how to box. He knows how to fight. He knows how to do it all. My man Prize Fighter, I see you back in, brother. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what's going on.
I don't know. Can you hear me good? Mic check.
Now I can hear you now. I can
All
hear you a
right,
lot
we
better
in here.
now.
No, all right. Go ahead. Keep cooking.
No, no, no. I was saying that the thing about he was Stitzo was saying something about Shakur. The thing is with Shakur, and I hate to say it, is that he's not powerful like Shakur is. He has a lot of skill. I honestly could say if there wasn't for the Ryan Garcia fight, the only person I can really see other than Ryan Garcia because of his size and speed would be Sugar Shakur beating Tank because Tank. The thing about Tank is he's not just a puncher. Tank is a very smart fighter, very patient, great ring discipline. If you ever notice, Tank doesn't throw unnecessary punches. I mean, Tank. I'm not trying to compare him to Floyd. Floyd in the fact of I'll quote for him. He makes smart punches. His punches are placed really well. You don't see Tank thrown out of control. I think with Shakur that would press his boxing skill, and we would have to see how Tank can handle somebody with that type of boxing skill. What you think on that? Tell me
Yeah,
what you think about that.
yeah, definitely. I think that's Tank don't get enough credit for his ring IQ. I feel like he doesn't waste any punches. Every punch means something, and I just think it's going to press Shakur, like you said, and that would be a good fight, man. I would love to see that fight, man. I probably go to that one.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. A fight like that, you guys all know how I feel about the Tank versus Ryan fight, but the sad thing is when you talk about boxing at this level, you really don't get to see a lot of the top black fighters fight each other until the end of their careers. I don't know why that is. I mean, it's been that way for a lot of years. Um, it's just funny. I guess when I think about them fighting, I wish it would happen now. Because at the end of the day, what's going on has always been going on. Boxing plays a race game. I don't like to speak about it, but
Yeah,
they do. They want the Mexican versus the African American. They want the sorry, I hate the term African American. I say black. They
black.
want they want the Mexican versus the black. They want the white guy versus the black. Everybody versus the black guy. But the thing is, I think if we had more young black fighters get in the ring and fight each other, it would be great television. Because if you had Sugar Shakur and Tank fighting in Atlanta, say they fighting, neutral
Mm,
places, that would be huge. That
man.
would be a huge fight. I mean, I honestly believe that Tank could win unless he gets clipped. I mean, I think Shakur could win unless he gets clipped, because that's the one thing that he's shown me, even as him being a big 130 pounder, a big 126 pounder, the man is a pillow puncher, and he's shown that over his whole career that he can fight, he can swim without getting wet, but the man's a pillow puncher. But I digress, man. Tell me what you think about that, though, man.
Yeah, his punching power. Hopefully, he grows into it. It's not. I don't think it's too late, but I gotta agree with you on that. He doesn't get the knockout, but he puts on beautiful um, boxing. I just like everything about the kid Shakur, man. I'm excited about him, man. More than pretty much any one of these young fighters out there. I'm excited for Shakur. I want to see more of them. It would be nice to see them getting there. Like the Devin and Shakur, Devin and Tank. That I want to see them fights now. But like
Yeah.
you said, man, they wait to the end, man, and by then you know, we done lost interest in it somewhat. But I think Shakur Stevenson is that next dog. I think he's gonna come in Saturday, and I think he's gonna dominate, bro. Like like Richard Comey dominate. He's just gonna dominate. The
Mm.
way he put punches together, I mean, he's gonna destroy this dude, man.
Hmm.
And the Yoshiro guy, he just puts his head down and just let it fly, man. He ain't gonna touch Shakur, man.
I mean, the funny thing is this a fight like this is good for Shakur because he's getting his feet wet at 135. But the thing I'll say about this prize, and I don't like, it's the fact of every top rank card seems like a showcase. And I'm not trying to single top rank out, but it just seems like none of their fathers. When the last time they put on a good fight since Lomachenko or Teofimo?
I would
I
have to go
mean,
back and look at that. That's a good.
it's been so long. I mean, even Dog Bay this weekend, man, that wasn't no even
Yeah,
fight.
I wasn't interested in that fight. Even I didn't even know Dog Bay lost until Sunday.
Because no one cares.
I didn't care. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And,
exactly.
and that's the funny thing. And that's the funny thing about Bob Arum, man. He's got the great matchups. I mean, at the end of the day, you really can't tell me anybody that's a better matchmaker than Bob Arum and his team.
Yeah, they got
I
a good.
mean,
They got
they
some
make great
good matches.
matches, but they top guys. I'm just so tired of seeing they top guys just being these fights that they're going to win.
Yeah,
And it's like even Shakur. I'm not blaming Sugar Shakur for this, but Jesus Christ, we know he's going to kill that guy.
yeah.
We know it.
He gonna
You know, you
destroy him.
got the two-time email champion. I know my man Prize Fighter hate hey, I like to say that, but you got the two-time email champion about to fight Lomachenko. But so you basically telling me the last two most meaningful fights that the top rankers had is both of them included Lomachenko?
That's what it looked like. I mean, I haven't. I really don't care for top rank to be honest. But Shakur, and I do
Hmm.
like the heavyweight kid.
Big
Uh,
baby.
yeah, I like Big Baby, so I'm rooting for him as well. But I don't care for top rank, because again, I'm watching mismatches, or people, or they just gonna throw on some no names. It's gonna be Rock'em Sock'em all night. So, I'm not really interested in top rank unless it's Shakur or or that kid Big Baby. I like that kid there.
Okay, we got a couple comments. Salute to my man Hector. What's up with you, Hermano? What do you think about Joshua's performance? I'm gonna let my man's Prize Fighter start that one off. What do you think about his performance, dog?
He definitely improved a little bit for the
In what way?
Say it
In what
again.
way? I said, in what way do you think he improved?
Like I
In
liked,
what way?
I liked that he was jabbing more. He looked a lot more confidence with Derek James in his corner. You know, he had the right opponent in there too. That helped out a little bit. But he definitely was a little. He was sharp. I ain't gonna lie, but you know he can't beat Fury and he can't beat Wilder. He gets destroyed by those guys. I think Big Baby destroys
Dang,
him.
he
Yeah,
said destroy.
yeah. I think Big Baby sleeps him too. You know.
No, 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 now you done went too far, man. You talk about Big Baby is sleeping? You
Man,
serious?
yeah, this dude can't take a punch, man. I was worried every time he got hit, man, with Franklin. I was like, oof. But you know, he,
I'll add to that and say this. I'll say this. I like the way Joshua looked. Don't get me wrong. He had the right opponent with him.
right.
The thing I'll say is this. I really have grown to really love Anthony Joshua. I'm gonna tell you why I say that, Hector. It's because Anthony Joshua is willing to try. Anthony Joshua is willing to get better. He's willing to put it all on the line. He don't care how he look. He don't care if he looks bad. He just wants to get better. Even when he was throwing a fit in the ring with Usyk, I know everybody's seen him throw the belts out like a 2-year-old. But the thing that he said that always hits me is that I want to get better. It takes skill, man. It does take skill, man. It takes skill. You know how he talks all funny.
Yeah,
Um, I just love the fact that the guy's always willing to try. And if you guys remember, Lennox Lewis, one of my favorite fighters ever, he was always willing to get a different trainer. He was always willing to see what else worked.
yeah,
Klitschko, you remember Klitschko went and got Emmanuel Lewis when he was fighting in Germany all the time?
yeah,
He
man.
went and got
Stewart.
Emmanuel Lewis. I mean,
R.I.P.
sorry, Emmanuel
Yeah,
Stewart.
yeah.
Why I said
R.I.P.
Emmanuel Lewis? I went back to my childhood, man. Wasn't that
Oh,
my
good.
man Webster? But he went and got Emmanuel Stewart and was able to become what the quintessential Croc Gym fighter.
Yeah,
And I think Anthony Joshua has just really shown me so much heart. But let's be honest here, man. Prize fighter. When have we ever seen a guy from the UK have a chin? Never.
yeah,
Never ever, bro. Whether it's Carl Froch, who I thought should have beat Andre Ward, and Andre Ward just totally hit him on the chin and it was over.
yeah,
So, I mean, and the only reason because I get a lot of criticism about who I like, because unlike most, I like action fighters. So of course, I'm the bad guy because I'm against the black fighters because I want to see guys get beat up. I want to see guys get hurt. That's what I want to see. I want to see guys get their eye knocked out. I want to see guys get. Remember the one time was that Rockman that had that big old
oh man.
teal. Who was that on?
Yeah,
Remember
Rockmont and Holyfield. Yeah,
yeah, remember he had that big old
man.
thing on his head. I like stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, of course. I like to see the guys get in there and bang and get hurt too. You know, I don't gotta watch a boxing match every time, but I like with like kind of like Floyd and Gotti, the way Floyd just dominated and then got him out of there. That's what I like. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna go with that style, but for the most part, I like the slick style, and I just like to see them just dog fighters, make them miss, make them look ordinary. That's what I love, man.
Yeah. Hey, we got a big shout out to my man JMMA. Now you've been ducking me, man. I don't like how you've been ducking me, man. You never want to talk MMA with me, man. But that's okay, Jay. I know you've been ducking me. I know you scared to death. It's all right. But no, I'm just joking, man. Salute to my man JMMA. But what's our next schedule before we get into our next topic, man? That's what I gotta ask you, man, prize fighter. Are you tired yet of the saga of the WBA and these belts? Are you tired of the belt saga, man, or is it just me?
Man, I've been done with the WBA for years now. Like, like I was just checking out the middleweight division. They got two vacant belts there. They got
Hmm.
Janabek as a champion, two vacants, and Charlo.
Hmm.
And what I stumbled upon was just mind-boggling to me. A
Hmm.
48-year-old Sergio Martinez is ranked number 2 by the WBA. Now let that sit in. Let that sink in there.
How is that even possible?
Sergio
You know what I mean?
Martinez.
And that's the thing with boxing, man. And you try to not be, you try not to be pessimistic like everybody else and say, "Oh, boxing's corrupt or boxing has this." Something's going on because the rankings don't make any sense. The
Zero.
way the fighters move don't make any sense. I mean, you literally now maybe I'm a little different. Canelo, I don't know if you guys seen some of the footage where Canelo was putting his hand into the glove. I think it was versus Bivol, and he was doing a lot of wincing. They saying that the hand has been hurt. Okay, so if the man has surgery, he taking up a tune-up. Okay, cool.
Cool.
But the fact is this: we got the WA man with a 48-year-old man who I haven't seen in the ring, and God knows when. At number two,
He's ranked 2 in the by the WBA.
Danny Garcia is number like 6 or 7 in the
6 or 7
WBA,
down there. He's
and
over
never even fought at 160.
right. Ammo Williams, I believe. He's ranked over Ammo Williams. Austin Ammo Williams, I believe, you know. And I just was like, well, what has he done? Who did he even fight last? Like, I remember him having a fight a little while ago. He looked old, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
but for him to be ranked by the WBA number 2
Yeah,
over active fighters, regardless if we know their names or not, is a disgrace for the WBA, man. That's just terrible. Shame on
yeah.
him.
And you know what? Speaking about the WBA, man, you know the funny thing about this is the 160-pound division has just been so moribund, so uninteresting. Tell me in the comments, man, who in the world wants to see anybody in the middleweight division other than Janabek or Jamal Charlo, Lamar? What is he? What is he? Maul Charlo, whatever you call
Jamal.
him.
Yeah,
You know,
Jamal.
alcohol man. I don't know what you call him, man. I don't know what you call him, man. It's a complete sideshow. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and Prize Fighter kind of got on me about this when we had our pre-show meeting. Man, why is he not stripped? Why
Yeah,
is he not stripped? If you tell me as boxing fans, if you're not active, get a belt up. If you're not active, get a belt up. But if it's a fighter that you like, you don't have to get a belt up. If I'm a young, hungry champion, why in the world do I have to wait for my opportunity to get an opportunity? Why do I have to wait for my opportunity for a guy who's not fighting? The fact is this, and it's the same thing happening to Jerron Boots Ennis.
hmm
Same thing that's happening to my man with top rank Virgil Ortiz. These guys are being forced to wait and wait and wait for opportunity that they fought for, not opportunity for somebody to give them opportunity. These are opportunities that these young men fought for, and somehow they're still not able to get the opportunities that they owe. It's a complete joke, man. It's a
Joe.
complete joke. You telling me Mauricio Suleiman, you know, he got the belt, he gave the belt to Jamal before. And at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. If the man's not going to fight, get a young hungry lion a chance to win some money, take care of his family. Because what we don't know about the belts give you notoriety. And when you have a belt like a WBC, the WBC belt, that's Muhammad Ali's belt.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, Prosper? Is that not Ali's belt?
Yeah, they say it's the most prestige, but you know, I would agree with
Whose
that.
waist was it wrapped around?
Yeah,
Ali's,
Ali's the best.
the best ever.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, you talking about now? You gonna have some critics that say Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest. You gonna have
that's
some that
fine.
say Willie Pep is the greatest. You gonna have some that say Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. is the greatest. But at the end of the day, the guy that changed boxing, you gotta call it what it is, was Ali, man.
Ali.
It's just like Michael. You don't have no basketball without Dr. J, but guess what? Everybody knows Michael Jordan. Everybody don't know Dr. J.
Right.
So at the end of the day, the WBC belt is the most influential, most powerful belt in boxing, and we don't have a regular champion defending it. This is the same division that Hearns, Hagler, Roberto Duran all ran, and it's just moribund. James Toney,
Bernard.
uh, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones.
Mm.
I mean, I think wait, was Paul Williams the middleweight? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was between 47 and to 60. You know, he competed at 47. You know, he beat Margarito, so I think
Yeah,
that was at welterweight. So, you
but
know,
I don't know why I remember him fighting at 160 towards the end. But that being said, the fact that he's not being active, man, it's just crazy. I want to know your thoughts on that prize fight. Why is the man not active, man?
the man, the man just can't get out of his own way. Um, I know it's killing him to see his brother do because they are competitive athletes and twins too. They're very competitive with one another. So I know it's got to be eating him up. While you can Jamel Charlo, you can arguably say he's the best pound for pound, or you can put him in two, whatever you want to do. But he's in the top three in my opinion. Um, and it's got to be eating them up. And there's some fight now. You got vacant belts out there. You got 2 vacant belts. So I don't understand why he's not getting in there. You know, I kind of get why. You know, he got stuff going on outside the ring that's just really in the way, and it's starting to get sickening. And like we don't want to see Maul. Won't Maul drop the belt? You know, let the young bulls fight for the belt. And then you come back and you fight them and you be a 2-time middleweight champion or whatever the case is. And then you go after, you make some unifications but Mauricio so greedy.
Yeah.
He ain't stripping Maul because he know Maul gonna bring the money. Who else in the middleweight gonna get more money than Maul? I believe Golovkin don't even have a belt no more. I don't think he have any belts no more.
No, he gave one up. I know he gave the IBF up.
Okay, so look, so you got Janabek with a belt and Jamal Charlo with a belt. That's all that the middleweight champions are showing. The 2 other belts are vacant. So Golovkin don't even have no belts. Let's just get him out of here. So yeah, Jamal should be in there with somebody right now. Like he doesn't need a tune-up. He needs to go right away and fight for one of them vacant belts so he can unify and then or move up and fight Benavidez. You know, like I don't know what he wants to do, but he doesn't seem right. And it's killing me to watch him hold that belt where there's other. I want to see some more fights. You know what I mean? There's some unifications that can be made with 3 vacant belts. Go in there with Janabek. He can become undisputed at middleweight if he needs to just get back in the ring at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, my man Stitzo 100 said Jamel can fight if he stays out the clubs and bars. Hey, you know what's funny, man? And people gonna get mad at me for saying this. The man needs to go to rehab, bro. I'll be honest. I've had addictions. I've had things that hindered me that I still to this day have dealt with. And I could say, for instance, you know, there was a time, and I'll be honest, there was a time, man, and I still work on it day to day, man. I was addicted to porn, and I had to get some help, man. And at the end of the day, man, it's not gonna get no better.
Nope.
It's not gonna get no better, man. If Jamal Charlo doesn't say, hey, you know what, man, I got a problem, I need help. And if you say that, man, in this Chick-fil-A culture, man, you will be celebrated. You will be celebrated for being honest. I seen Danny Garcia get on camera, lie, talking about, oh, I'm going through all this stuff, and we had just seen him days before partying, all this crap. I'm going through a lot out the ring. No, you just got beat up by Errol Spence, man. It happens. Yeah. So what? But in this case, prize fight, I'll say this, man. I really hope, forget the boxing, I really hope Jamal Charlo gets some help, man.
Yeah.
The man's always drunk, man. The man's always drunk. Whenever you see him, he's drunk. Stop playing games. Stop saying we can't say it because he's black. Because let's be honest, when we was growing up, am I wrong, prize fighter? The older blacks will always tell us when we was doing wrong. Yeah. Always. Yep. They say, oh, don't cuss, son. Yeah. Oh, don't rob
wait
them
to tell us what we did wrong.
Couldn't wait. But when I said out of nothing but really caring about the man's life, you know, it's wrong. If me and Prize Fighter say, man, the man needs help. I don't want to get into it too much, but I'm real passionate about this because we're watching the man pretty much kill himself.
Yeah.
And it's not funny. It's not cool. Anybody who's seen him talk to Bivol, man, he was drunk. He was drunk, man. Him, and let's be honest, man, Errol. Every time I see him and Errol, man, they're drunk, dude.
I can't say the same thing about Earl. I seen him. I'm not saying I ain't gonna say every time, but there's times I've questioned. I'm like, damn, Earl look a little. You know what I mean? But Jamal Charlo, to me, I think it's the alcohol too. But that wife, man, that's bad business, man. With her in that video of kicking them cars and acting crazy in that nice neighborhood that he got her in. You know, that's definitely. Like, don't do that in my neighborhood, man. I don't want all that drama outside my house, man. You know what I mean? My grass look nice, my is cut, man. Just leave my I don't need all that. But Jamal needs, like, it might not, even if you want to say rehab or whatever, but he needs he needs to talk to somebody with the things going on in his life, because it ain't just the alcohol, it's that wife and them kids. That's got to be stressful for him. You know, and it's causing him not to get in the ring. I don't know if he's in shape. I doubt that he's in shape. Mm-hmm. You know, normally the Charlos, the type of guys that look like they stay in shape all year, At least Mel does, but I don't know what Jamal got going on, man, and it's bad. And I want him to just shout out Maul, man. Get some help, brother. We still gonna support you. I still don't think nobody in the middleweights can whoop him. And Janabek will be a hell of a fight, but we have to see it. But until then, Jamal needs to focus on. He needs to not worry about the belt and being a middleweight champ. He needs to worry about his health, and then come back because he's not that old of a guy, and he gonna get opportunity. He ain't got beat yet, so I'm sure Uncle Al will throw him in there. Like I said, you got two vacant titles. There's no reason why he shouldn't be looking at the chops with that. But
Hey, we got a comment. Nikki Robinson said, "Prize fighter with a lot of love emojis, man. That sounds like somebody that know you."
oh yeah,
Hey, you know the funny thing about the whole situation, man. We moving on to something else. My man Prize fighter got a full show for us. But you know what? I'll say this, man. We gotta be honest here and say, you know what? I understand as a black man in America, it's not easy. We got different things that bother us, different things that plague us that most people don't have to deal with. Honestly, black Spanish men, we all share those same issues. But I'll tell you this, it's no excuse. It's no excuse.
It's not.
This man has millions of dollars.
Yeah.
This man has been rich for a very long time. And the fact is this: say what you want about Floyd. Floyd. I mean, he got the domestic violence stuff on him, all that. But guess what? You never heard Floyd about no drugs.
Nope.
Never heard Floyd on no drugs. But let's move on. What's our next topic? I know you got a full show on us, man.
Yeah, man. Like you said, Floyd, he lived a boxer lifestyle, man. I don't even think he ever. That's what he said, and I can believe him. Floyd said he never drank before, never did drugs before, and I believe him, man. People might not want to, but I believe him. I believe Floyd Mayweather never done none of that stuff, and it shows. Whether you love him or hate him. So But yeah, moving right along though, we got Deontay Wilder, my dude, Bomb Squad for life. He's ranked 1 by the WBA. What you feel about that?
How's that possible? How is that possible? I love Deontay Wilder as well. I hardly like to cover him because I love him so much. And you know what? This is the thing you gotta understand. He's number 1 because he's a superstar. Deontay Wilder is for me. I tell you, you know what Deontay Wilder is, prize fighter. He's another. I'll say another notch in the Southern heavyweight championship tradition.
Yeah.
In America, we have had Southern guys become heavyweight champion. You might have your outliers like a Big Daddy Bo, a Mike Tyson, or Rasheem Rahman, but most of the great fighters came from the South. That's your Muhammad Ali's, Evander Holyfield's, Larry Holmes. I mean, the list goes on and on. Joe Louis. I mean, the list goes on and on. But I tell you this. So what they're doing is what we always know, because anybody who watches boxing understands that it's not hard to see what they're doing. So what they're basically doing is getting the Usyk versus Deontay Wilder fight going, and that's the fight I'm wondering. I want your opinion on this prize fight, and I want you to be unbiased. It's hard to do it because we both love Deontay.
Yeah.
But does he even have a chance against Usyk, or am I tripping? What do you think?
He definitely got a chance against Usyk. Like Usyk gets hit, and I just think Wilder right hand is different, bro. It's different, and all it takes is a split second. He can be good, and he's gonna be tough. And Wilder gonna get hit. We might be worried, but I promise you, when Wilder land one of them right hands on Usyk, he's done. I'm glad that Wilder is ranked 1 by the WBA. I know a lot of people don't want to see him fight Fury again, but Wilder's crazy enough to do it, and I'm crazy enough to ride with him. So, I hope I would love to see that fight though. Usyk and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Now Usyk gonna be moving around. Usyk is a master boxer. Like Usyk is good. I was impressed with Usyk. First, I was like, oh, ain't nobody at cruiserweight. I don't care about that guy. When he came in there and did what he did with Joshua, I was shocked at that because I had AJ just getting this guy out of there. But Usyk shown that he can fight. You know, I do like Usyk. I guess you can call me a fan, somewhat a casual fan of Usyk. You know, but he's impressive. But I just think Wilder with that right hand from God gonna send him down, man. He gonna pack him up and get him out of here. So let's get the fight on ASAP.
I'll tell you this, and let's be honest here. If that was Deontay Wilder versus Jermaine Franklin would have got out of there. He would have been taken out of there on the stretcher. I mean, Deontay would have stretched that brother out. And I'm not saying that. Call me a fanboy or whatever you want to say. I'm not. If you would have put the Bronze Bomber in there with Franklin, man, you would have thought he was dead, bro. He would have knocked the ponytail off that dude.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah,
I understand watching that Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin fight showed me why they will never make the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight. And you heard it here first. BBO Boxing, BBO and my man Prize Fighter told you first that fight will never happen.
yeah.
It will never happen. And I'm gonna tell you why it never happened, because Deontay Wilder would probably kill him.
Yes.
And I don't mean maybe, I don't mean possibly. I'm telling you, if he as lethargic as he looked, tell me he didn't look like how Dominic Brazil looked when he fought Wilder. And what happened to him?
Yeah,
He got stretched out. He got stretched. And I'll be honest, at this stage of their careers, I feel like Robert Helenius was more game than Joshua.
Yeah.
I mean, call me a fanboy if you want. Only thing I will say is this. I'm wondering will Usyk's movement be an issue? And he has, I won't say he has great defense, but he's a serviceable defender. He does a good job of not just taking clean punches. I mean, you could just look at his career. When he was down the cruiserweight, he didn't take a lot of clean punches. So I'm just wondering will his movement get Wilder a hard time? But honestly, there's a huge chance that fight ends in knockout by Deontay.
Definitely.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Tyson Fury's the best, and Deontay Wilder's the second best. It's just that simple. Everyone knows it. If you guys ever seen when Tyson Fury and Wilder fought, what was the first thing Emmanuel Stewart said? He said, "Man, these two guys are the 1 and 2 best in the world." And think about it, guys. And this is the thing about Deontay Wilder. He don't get enough credit for. Deontay Wilder won a bronze medal prize fighter, and he was probably the least experienced guy at the 2008 Olympics.
Right.
I mean, Gary Russell said it a bunch of times. The guy was still learning how to box.
Yep.
And he won a bronze medal. So say what you want, man. I don't always like that King of the Zamunda crap he played all the time, calling himself king and blah, blah, blah. I don't always like that. But guess what, guys? That's showmanship. That's showmanship. That's just like when Ali used to say he was too pretty. I ain't got a scratch on me. Look how pretty I am. It's the same thing. Don't be okay. The thing is this. You can't get mad that, hey, Deontay Wilder doesn't sound like Ali. Because he doesn't. He tries to talk a lot, but he doesn't talk very well because he's from the South. He has that Southern drawl. I get it. So you be expecting him to be something that he's not. But I'll tell you what. When you put Deontay the Bronze Bomber, it's going to be fireworks. And I guarantee you, he could have, if he was fighting Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin, he could have beat them both at the same time.
Would have stretched both of them.
He would have beat them both up.
There's no more exciting fighter. Nobody's more exciting, without trying to say, in boxing to me than Deontay Wilder. When he comes to fight, bro, it's a whole movie, man. And
when has he ever not come to fight? That's the thing.
He like I said, he one of them fools that'll die in there for real.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. You see my man Prize Fighter say that pretty smooth, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see him get up out of here.
Me neither, but he's willing to do that. That's why I love him. You know, I love the way he loves his people. You know, and but you put him in there with Usyk, like you were saying earlier. Usyk's movement is going to be confusing for anybody until he lands the right hand. When he lands that right, because Joshua had him going in the first fight.
Joshua, you hurt him.
Maybe it was the second fight. I can't really remember.
It was the second fight. He hurt him. That second fight.
Right. So, you know, I was like, damn, man. And Usyk was looking a little tired out there.
He was.
Fury going to come in and lean on him and just get him out of there in the late rounds. But I think Wilder gets him out of there a little bit earlier once he figure out that movement because, you know, Usyk still got to come in. Wilder's still a big dude to
right.
And he's not robotic like Joshua. You kind of and Usyk gonna be moving though, man. It'll be tough for him, but I do think that right hand will land, and when it does, it's all she wrote.
It's curtains. If you talk about him landing the right hand, it's curtains. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Joshua is a volume puncher. Joshua doesn't have one punch knockout. And it was a bunch of times in that second fight that he really put it on him. And you know what? It's the funny thing about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder can't win for losing. I'll tell you this: he doesn't get a fair shake. He doesn't get the praise that he deserves as a fighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to get into the whole glove gate and all that because I think all that's fake. But I tell you this: Deontay Wilder was the best fighter, the best knockout puncher we've seen since the late great Ernie Shavers. He was knocking everybody. I can't think of a guy whose record other than was it Julian Taylor? Was that who had a record like that? I mean, he got like
Julian Jackson had a
Julian Jackson. My mistake. Julian Jackson. I mean, I haven't seen a guy just straight up dominate guys like that. I mean, dude, when I tell you this guy Deontay Wilder, he's going down. He's going down as one of the best in the world, man. He's going down as Hall of Fame.
He got 10 title defenses, bro.
10.
And then people that say, well, there was nobody, he didn't fought nobody. Well, who were the guys that Mike beat on his way up? You can argue them guys, Oh, he got an old Larry Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Spinks was a light heavyweight?
Mm-hmm. Really a super middleweight.
I don't know about him.
I mean, really a super middleweight.
Come on, like so. He fought the guys in his division who was available, and whoever wanted to get in the ring, with him. And when they got in the ring, it was the same result every time, even Tyson Fury. So he'll tell you, you know what I mean. I think Usyk movement will give Wilder some trouble in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But when it happens, it's gonna happen, bro. And I hope the fight happens. Because Wilder said some big things coming in Saudi Arabia when he was out in Saudi Arabia. Was it Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Yep. So I had to showcase the fight. You know how big that fight would be over there, Deontay Wilder in Saudi Arabia. Because like I said, when Wilder fight, everybody's watching, bro. The haters, everybody's watching. No, like his views are gonna be probably through the roof, and that would be massive over there. And it'd be a 3-belt unification fight. And then I'm pretty sure they might run it back again. So there's a 2-fight thing with him there if Wilder wins. So, and then we'll see what happens with Fury because he got to fight somebody. Who is he gonna fight? I don't know why he ducked out. I don't know why he ducked out the fight with Usyk. I don't understand.
My bad. Keep going.
No, I don't know why he ducked out the fight with Usyk.
Go ahead.
He came back and said, "Nah, 70-30."
Try to finish what you were saying, bro. I don't know. I got like a glitch on my end.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hello?
Yeah, we still here. We here, but you frozen. I think you frozen. I don't know how you can come back out. Yeah, no, BVO. He's stuck holding his eye.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Price Fighter? How you doing?
What's up, big bro?
What's up, man?
Keep
cooking, man. Keep cooking. You telling all truths. But I think Fury gonna fight Dillian White. Well, you was just discussing that Usyk versus Wilder is a big fight to make. Yes. I know they ordered that Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
But I think they also moved Fury to the number one contender in the WBA. If memory serves, I believe they were talking about that on Twitter that they moved him up. So with that being the move, maybe they're positioning him. Because come on, we can pay Daniel step aside money to make a even bigger fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I think all the fans would like to see that too.
I hope that fight get made, man. And it would be nice to see Wilder get his hands on some more straps. And then we got to wait to see what happens with Fury. I believe that's what I was saying. Because he got to fight. Who is he going to fight? When he ducked out that, the 70-30, I thought that was crazy. You know what I mean? He didn't think Usyk was going to be like, all right, 70-30. Then Usyk, I don't know what's he doing. Like, is he,
Usyk don't care about the money. Usyk, Loma, all these guys from the Ukraine are not fighting for money. Americans are fighting for money. They're actually fighting for love of the sport and trying to have a legacy. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that, but the American dollar translates so well into Ukraine that these guys are going back home with what they're making, and they're owning hotels. Loma Home's like a hotel out there. I heard in the Ukraine.
It's the
Like,
poorest country in Europe. It's the
right?
poorest country in Europe. I mean, I tell you what, and that's the thing that I don't know if y'all thought about. Now, what happens, prize fighter, if Tyson Fury fights Joe Joyce? Can you complain? Will you complain? If you fight Joe Joyce, what you gonna say? I just want to hear your.
Joyce already scheduled to fight Zhang the 15th of May.
But what I'm saying is, we seen people
If he
out of
does,
fights all the time.
nah,
What I'm saying is, if he got in there,
with Joe Joyce,
yeah, what you
respect
think
him.
about that?
It's a good fight. You know what's
What's
gonna
up to
happen though.
my man Q Money? Now Q been ducking me. Q been ducking me.
Oh Lord.
I don't know why Q been ducking me. No, I'm just messing with you, Q. Hey, but I don't know why my man Prize fighter fell out. But I'll tell you this, man. When it comes to seeing that fight long term, I really would love to see what Usyk does against Daniel Dubois. I don't think he deserves that shot, but he's gonna get it. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, man, when you talking about boxing, man, we really the heavyweight division. I'm telling you, it's an absolute wasteland. It's a wasteland because at the end of the day, the guys don't fight each other. And you got Tyson Fury. I think he's been one of the worst heavyweight champions we ever seen.
Talk about it.
And the reason I say that is because he talks such a good game. And me and Price probably didn't see him. Hey, Price, have we heard him say he's the best? He wants to prove he's the best. But then you see him not fighting Usyk.
Then you
And he
see him
was
not getting there and take a historical match. When's the last time we had a undisputed heavyweight champ? He's a
Man,
pimp,
that's Lewis.
man. Tyson Fury is a slob. He don't care about nothing but money, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But Tyson
It's the way he
Fury, he
carries
makes me
himself.
sick, and he probably
Yeah.
is the worst heavyweight champion we had in quite some time. And for him to duck out that fight like that, he should have been stripped immediately. There's no reason, like, you're just being a pig right now. The man said you can have the 70-30. What's the problem with the 50-50 in the rematch? I don't get it. So
He probably wanted the rehydration clause. Tyson Fury probably wanted the rehydration clause.
Man, Tyson Fury's a mess, man.
Hey, you know what's so funny? I'll tell you what. One thing I didn't think about, if you guys think about this, isn't it funny how the smaller guys, in a way,
Cool boy.
you got cool, you got well, think about it, you got Inoue coming to go fight Cool Boy. He's smaller, coming from a smaller weight class. You got Usyk, who really is to me a light heavyweight, who poses as a cruiserweight, is the heavyweight champion, and saying he wants all the fights. I mean, and you know what's so funny? Say what you want, and Prize Fighter knows to say what you want about Deontay Wilder. Guess what, guys? When Deontay Wilder had that strap, man, he was fighting everybody.
True.
He was really on some Muhammad Ali. If you are in the rankings, I'm here to beat you to death. I mean, I seen people. Hey, Prosper, you remember people was running from Ortiz, man.
If you give me $50 million, I'll fight him tomorrow. When they came up with that $50 million, and Eddie Hearn was like, "No way, we're not gonna fight. We're gonna fight." He ain't want to fight, man. I was done with Joshua there. I was like, he duck goose out here, man. I don't want to see Joshua no more. I was happy that Andrew Ruiz melted him like he did, and I just like every time he loses, I get off on it because of that.
Yeah, and that's why we keep receipts.
He stole the biggest fight from the fans. He stole by himself. There was no reason why he said, "Well, if you give me $50 million." When they had that, when Al and them came up with that $50 million the next day, he was looking real crazy.
Hey, then they start saying, "Where you getting the $50 million from?"
Who cares?
Where you getting the $50 million from?
Man, they stole that fight from us, man. And it's funny that Wilder still want to fight.
Hey, my man Q said, "I'm the can man." No, that's me. That's me. And you've been ducking me, son. You've been ducking me. I don't know. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. And my partner, Prize Fighter, knows this. I'm probably the most ducked brother on YouTube. Hey, but we gotta get to our next topic. I ain't gonna hold this up, man. What's our next topic, Prize Fighter?
Nah, that was pretty much it. You know, the middleweights, Shakur, we covered that. It's whatever now. You know, I got time.
So let's think about this. So we talking about the whole and I want you to weigh on this too, undercard.
Oh, how
So
you
we got Javante Davis, Ryan Garcia fighting. So this fight, if we setting it up, this is probably the most significant young fighters have we seen fight since Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins. That's the last time we seen young guys do stupid stuff like this and say, "Hey, I want to be great. I want to dare to be the best. I want to show the world that I can fight." So I'm gonna ask you guys this. So you know, you guys all know how I feel. It's going to be Ryan Garcia by brutal knockout. Um, I'm asking you guys this. So if Tank was to win, would Tank be the face of boxing? I want to ask all y'all. I want to ask both y'all brothers. What do y'all think about that?
Go ahead, Prize.
Undercard,
You
you
can
got
take
it.
it first. Okay. When the Tank wins by brutal, devastating knockout, and Joe Jeans Jacket Goosen throws in the towel to save his pretty boy, uh, not only will he be the face of boxing, but he's going to command the type of uh, legacy only rivaled by his mentor, Floyd Mayweather. He's going to make the biggest fights in boxing. He's going to carry around the cachet. And guess what? You're never going to have to ask him to fight somebody because guess what? He always does. So after he destroys Ryan Pretty Boy Garcia, puts him in the hospital, then he's just going to keep doing what he's been doing, making the fights, making his money, and knocking people out. That's my time.
Go ahead, Prize Fighter.
When Javante destroyed his
Oh,
kid,
my God.
and I'm gonna be on vacation, so I'm gonna make sure I see the fight. Ryan Garcia, like I'm gonna keep saying, it's gonna be shattered glass in the ring, and you have to pick him up. When he does that, Javante Davis will be the face of boxing. Like Undercard said, he gonna fight the fights because he said he only got a couple more and he done anyway. And I believe him. I think he wants to. I think he wants to get what he can get and get out. I really do. With that being said, I think he gonna fight the fights, and he gonna be that money man. Canelo gonna be on his way out, and get him out of here, and let him fight John Riders and all those guys, and let's get these new faces in there, man. Tank, Boots, Cool Boy. Let's get these new faces in there. What's the kid name? Oh man, a new way.
Keyshawn. Those kids are far away, but yeah, definitely. I want to see Kid Austin versus Keyshawn. But go ahead, BBO. Go ahead. Your rebuttal.
What I'll say is this. Hey, both you brothers are nuts. You both are nut brothers. Because I'm gonna tell you this. When this is the same, and it's funny because this is the same thing that happened when Oscar De La Hoya fought Sweet Pea. They said he had no chance. They said Sweet Pea was too skilled, he's too powerful, he's too strong. And what happened?
How you gonna bring up one of the biggest robberies in boxing, BBO?
I'm just trying to tell you because
you saw that fight? Did you see that fight?
I seen that fight. With
your eyes. With your real eyes?
I see it with my eyes.
With God eyes? With God eyes?
Hey, I'm a minister, fool. Shout out to my man. Boxing, man. He a minister.
Like and subscribe.
But this thing I'm gonna tell you, man, and this is the thing you're not seeing, Prize Fighting Undercard. I know you ain't seeing it because you wore those bifocals. When Tank get in there with a guy that can cut off the ring and a guy who's always known to rise to the occasion. If you look at the Fortuna fight, no one expected Ryan to go in and brutally knock him out. You look at the Luke Campbell fight. Think about the Luke Campbell fight. Ryan got off the canvas and got up and stopped him.
But why was
he Why was he on the canvas? I ain't never seen Tank touch the gun.
He made a mistake.
What you keeps doing?
The same mistake. Even you see that. Matter of fact, I don't know if you've seen the BBO, and I'll send it to you after the show. They got a
Oh,
video
the training
of
video.
Ryan, hitting the pads or whatever, and he doing the same stuff. His head is
Yep.
up. His
And pulling
punches,
out with his arm.
his arms are down. And I just say Tank waiting. Ryan win a couple rounds. Tank waiting, and then boom, shattered glass.
Video, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why did he take Fortuna up to 139 to fight him when Fortuna has been a 135 pounder his whole life?
At the end of the day, I know you like these conspiracy theories. I know you do.
I'm asking questions. I need answers. I know you're the historian. You just want to know. I want to ask.
What he was doing, if you think about it, he was giving the old man a break. He was actually trying to let the old man come in a little heavier than he used to. So he let him come in a little heavier than he used to. But it's the thing I'm gonna tell you.
What about Tago?
We can talk about this all. Another guy that got knocked out.
Yes. No. Oh, he didn't get knocked out. No. See, you're not looking with your eyes. That went 12 rounds.
My mistake. But this is the thing I'm gonna tell you. I can't wait for y'all brothers when Tank is on the ground, bleeding from the mouth, knocked out. Y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God!"
When has Ryan made anybody bleed?
Hey,
man, cut it out.
Tank is going to bed, dude. You trying to tell me you didn't see those clean punches? Hey, prize fighter, you seen that? You seen the clean punches that Hector Garcia was hitting Tank with? You don't get those same punches. You don't get those same punches to Ryan. I tell you that. You won't get them same punches. And the thing that you guys are missing, y'all talk about my man Joe Goosen's jean jacket suit. I get it. He's been around a lot of brothers. He's from the 70s. He like his Brady Bunch suits. That's cool. But he's a Hall of Fame trainer, prize fighter. What is Calvin Ford? Who is Calvin Ford?
Calvin Ford is
one of the best developmental athletes.
He's comfortable with him. He's like a father to him. And he wants him in the corner for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, Tank go out there and do what Tank do. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna go in there and wait. And he gonna hit Ryan so bad. He gonna hit him so hard. It's gonna be so bad, bro. And you gonna come up here on BBO Boxing and you're gonna be saying, "Damn, man, it was shattered glass in the ring." I ain't gonna lie.
Now he'll come up here and he's like, "But he won the first 2 rounds. He was up 2-0."
No, you got. If you watching this now, or you watch this on playback, please smash the like button for your boy BBO and tell your man Q Money to stop ducking me. But that aside, I really don't understand how you guys are trolling me. I get you guys are trolling me. You guys are trying to be funny, but there's no way that Tank Davis is going to be able to take Ryan's power. Because why is that? Why you say that, BBO? Because guess what? He's actually shrinking Ryan down to 136 with a rehydration clause where you can't weigh over 146 when they get in the ring. So when have you ever heard that from anybody who's so-called tough, so-called the baddest man in the division?
Why are you lying again? Why are you lying?
To death of him.
Why are you lying?
These are all facts.
So you telling me instead of fighting for his belt, right? His WBA Mickey Mouse belt, you telling me that Tank was the one who chose to not fight for his belt? He's been fighting for it for how many fights now? And Ryan gonna come along here and be like, you know what? I don't want to fight for that belt. I don't want to, lug that thing around. I don't want to pay sanctioning fees to the sanctioning body. I'm going to give that all up. Instead of having a promotion of a championship fight, I'm not going to do that just for Ryan because I want to drain Ryan, correct?
He easily could have went up to 140 and fought Ryan, but he didn't.
Ryan's at a 140 pound. Yo, did you watch the All Access?
He fought. Listen, I did. Ryan said he's not a 140 pounder, but it's the thing about Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney are welterweights. I'm talking about body wise. These are welterweight guys, and the fact is this: they're shrinking themselves down to get to these weights.
So why hasn't Ryan fought a 140 pounder yet?
Check this out. I honestly believe this.
I'll wait.
If you had Devin Haney, the 2-time email champion, if he got up as he gets up higher in weight, I believe he's going to show you more power because I think he's killing himself to get down to the weight. Did you guys see how he looked in that face-to-face versus Lomachenko? He looked like a heavyweight. It didn't even look.
I don't know what that means.
It didn't look fair. What you think, Prize? I want to hear what your opinion on it. You non-biased. Undercard's biased, man.
Yeah, Dev was definitely big out there. As soon as the first time they met on TV, Lomachenko, whoa, this guy's heavyweight. So he was already scared. But Devin Haney is a big lightweight, and I think he's gonna make Lomachenko pay. He's gonna jab him to death, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But as far as Ryan, I don't think he has enough. I'm not saying he trash, but Ryan he's not trash, but he doesn't have the experience. He hasn't been in there with no real dog, man. And Tank is a dog, man. And Tank been in gym wars. Ryan Garcia. What happened when we saw him spar? He almost got knocked out by Rolly.
Talk about it.
Rolly.
Put hands and foot on Ryan. Hands and feet with his awkward ass. I'm here by myself. Oh, I took over. That's right, y'all. Undercard in boxing just took over VVO boxing. I cooked him so good. Oh, he back. Oh,
You know the funny thing about it, man. I will tell you the funny thing about it. I want you guys to hear this. So when Ryan brutally knocked this guy out, and I had you guys come on the channel, you're gonna be on the.
Well, we got a $20
about it. We in this together.
You froze it.
Undercard. I want you to come on the channel, and I want you to say, you know what, my man BVO, the guru of boxing, the masterclass boxing expert, told me, and I didn't listen to him. Tank Davis had no business in the ring with a talent like Ryan Garcia. Can I get that from you guys? When he gets knocked out, can I get that?
After you cash at me my dollar for the bet, no problem. No problem. Master class, master blaster, whatever you want to. Hey, listen, you want to pay me to write a statement for you? No problem, bro.
Hey, prize fighter, man. You don't really think that Tank can beat Ryan? Seriously, let's all jokes aside.
I can't see it going any other way because again, Ryan don't have the skill set to beat Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia,
hey BBO,
he does the same stuff, man. He have his head up, man. It's over, man.
Have you taken a look at his amateur record, like his pedigree? You know how he was brought up.
I seen he beat Devin Haney twice. I seen that
once.
He fought 4 times. He lost to Shakur. He did. He lost to Shakur in the amateurs. But this is the thing. I'm gonna say about this, and then I want to get on this Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence thing. I just don't understand how these two young guys can make the fight. These two young guys, and say what you want about Ryan. We got to get a man. The boy got heart. As my man Prizewater say, the boy got heart, man. Because he went in there, he's going in there saying, "Hey, I want Tank. I want to hurt him. I want to put him in the hospital."
I still don't believe the fight gonna happen until the bell ring because I'm waiting for Ryan to make up some kind of excuse why he got to go on his belly trip or his
hey, listen, my mom said we can't fight right now. Actually, I gotta. Yeah, it's true. But matter of fact, not even when they get in the ring, prize fighter, he got to get to 4 rounds. 4 rounds when the fight's official.
That bull might run up out of there.
Yeah, he might not make it to the 4th round.
Y'all say that, man. Y'all really say that, but guess what, man?
What's up?
When he knocked him out, like I said, I want you guys to say I was right. That's it. It's a lot of boys that been saying.
Come on here and say you right.
Because you know what it is. I see something. I'm gonna hit you guys
with the Mikey.
With the 4th division champion, Mikey Garcia. I see something.
Did he see an ass whooping in his future?
Hey, you know what's so funny about that fight? That was the first time I ever seen a guy
celebrate after every round.
To clearly beat a guy so bad, just boxing. Prize fight. I can't think of a time I ever seen that. I think he beat Mikey so bad. One of the rounds was 10-8. I don't think I ever
without a knockdown.
Yeah, I don't ever in my life remember seeing a guy get beat down like that, man. I'm not gonna say I don't believe Ryan's gonna do that to Tank. I think Tank is gonna be a lot like the Zab Judah versus Floyd fight where, I think in this case, Tank gonna have his moments, but Ryan is gonna come out of nowhere, man. Because I'm telling you, Joe Goosen, all his fighters come back improved. I mean, that's been his track record since he's been a trainer. He always makes his fighters better, man. He's
Oh,
always done that. I don't see that changing. What about you? What you
Until
think, Prize Fighter?
until he gonna go to the game. He gonna stick with the game plan until he get cracked one good time. All that's gonna go out the window, and he gonna start leaving his hands straight up, putting his hand down. His punches coming from his hip. He's swinging, doing all this internet drills. He should just retire right now. He shouldn't even fight Tank. He should retire right now and do skills and drills. He would
word.
be
Hey, yo.
amazing at that.
I just said, hey, I believed in myself. I took the fight, but then as I was advised by an advisor, my modeling career would have ended if I got in the ring with Tank. So I decided to skip out, and now we're doing Days of Our Lives. I can see it, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big star, bro. I can't wait. Telenovela. I can't. I mean, he don't speak Spanish, but you know what I mean. He'll do guest appearances. I can't wait.
You know what's so funny, Prize Fighter? And I want to say pause, a big pause before I say this. Undercard, you heard me say pause. But every fighter that's ever fought has been a pretty boy. That's been great. Sugar Ray Robinson was a pretty boy. Muhammad Ali was a pretty boy. Oscar De La Hoya was a pretty boy. Felix Trinidad was a pretty boy. Sugar Shane Mosley was a pretty boy. Figueroa down there's a pretty boy. Anyway, a
Brandon?
pretty boy. And what do Brandon Figueroa? What do the pretty boys do in boxing, Prize Fighter? They beat you to death.
You named a bunch of great fighters for the last
It's
few.
all pretty boys.
He's trying to be slick. He's trying to be slick.
I'm just asking you, is these not the same guys that they call pretty that beat people to death? I mean, am I wrong or am I right? I mean, I'm just asking you a question. Has that not been the case? The quote unquote pretty boys are the ones that beat you to death.
Yeah, but this kid don't got no skills. All of them dudes have basic boxing skills. This
What make
dude,
you say he don't got no skill, man?
he got skills, but he's not skilled enough to beat a Javante Davis. Like,
Hey, man. You see, this is why Oscar was trying to get him some more fights, man.
you
Like,
heard
yo,
him.
it's
Oscar even
okay.
said one time,
Let's keep cashing you
Tank,
out, man.
no, he's not ready.
You got a pretty boy face. You got the cachet. You got the followers. Man, we could run this for another 5 years. The great Ryan, King Ra, selling out arenas, beating up on B-level, C-level fighters, and the man gonna mess up the bag for a bigger bag.
He's
He ain't
not
want
even
show money.
he's not an A plus. He's not an A fighter.
I know.
But this is the thing. See, I'm about to point out the hypocrisy of both you brothers. Now, you guys call Tank a 3-division champion, don't y'all?
He is.
So, are you agree with that, Prize Fighter, that Tank is a 3-division champion? See, Prize Fighter ain't like you.
I mean, they
What?
call
I don't want to
Pacquiao
be
an
like
eight
me.
division.
Say it again?
I don't want to get into that with Tank. No, I don't.
No. We got to get into it. No,
He's
the
not. He
people
hasn't.
want you to stop ducking and answer the questions,
No,
Prize Fighter.
he's
You
not.
know how you do, man.
In my opinion, he's not a 3-division champion. But if you want to, then that if
Say it
you
one
do
more time,
that,
Prize Fighter. I didn't hear you say that, bro. What'd you say? I missed you.
he
I
is
interrupted
not
you.
a 3-division champion. And
Okay.
when you say that, Pacquiao is not an 8-division champion. So take it
He's
with
a
a grain of salt.
5-division champion. And it's the funny thing about it. So y'all people like, okay, undercard is devil's advocate, which is crazy. He's advocating for the devil. But let's say this: the fact is
You
this:
put that on me. Don't put
this
devil on
guy, this guy Ryan had the silver championship belt, the silver WBC belt.
me.
Those are
Yeah.
the same. It's the same thing as the WBA regular belt that Tank has had. He went up to 140 and took Mario Barrios' WBA regular belt. The only championship belt he's ever had was when he took the belt from Pedraza.
Okay, name the belt, man. Be specific. Come on.
What was it? Was that
Say
the
the belt.
WBA belt? The WBA belt?
IBF. Come on, kid.
The one he lost
IBF.
on the scale. That's right. That's the one he lost
IBF.
on the scale. You're right. And then he won another regular championship belt. So the thing is this. It's ever how you guys want to market it, because I guarantee you, man, if Ryan had waves and a beard, he would be the biggest dude in boxing. It's just that simple, dude. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember De La Hoya. I really see a lot of similarities with him and Ryan.
No way.
And I'm telling you, when you see what Ryan does to this kid, Tank,
No way.
curtains,
De La
man.
Hoya, Oscar De La Hoya didn't pull out of he didn't pull out of fights.
Okay, I'll give you that. Ryan's a
way
liar.
more. What did Oscar want to go, right?
Yeah, he wanted to go.
I mean, he came out, he fought the fights. Oscar De La Hoya would destroy him. You
No, I
cannot
would never. I
compare.
wouldn't even. I'm not comparing them fight, straight up like that.
You
I'm
can't
saying
compare.
he has the same kind of talent.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. Oscar didn't hold his head straight up and didn't learn from the same mistakes. Ryan makes the same mistakes over and over again. And when he go in the ring and them lights is on, all that stuff gonna go out the window. He gonna go in there and Tank is gonna clip him and it's gonna be ugly.
So let me ask you this. So you're talking about how you say how Ryan's chin is up in there. I'll feel you on that. But what happens when Ryan goes straight back and Tank has to punch up? Won't it be harder to hit that chin if he has to punch up? Am I tripping? Tell me if I'm tripping.
Nah, who bigger, Barrios or Ryan?
I think Barrios will be bigger because he at what, 147?
Okay, so he got to him, right?
He did. But didn't he take a beating before he got to him?
Because his IQ was good. He can move around there. He don't waste no punches. He don't be getting tired out there. Tank is gonna set him. He gonna set up a trap the same way Luke Campbell did. The same. And if you go back to look at some of the other fights, Ryan Garcia, he got clipped with the same punch Luke Campbell hit him with. And he didn't go down. He didn't go to sleep nothing, but he got hit with it. But when Gervonta do that, it's gonna be over. Ryan Garcia, like he said, got one punch. He got a good left hook. But that's it. Oscar did way more. Jab, move, bang, body shot, all that. You don't see Ryan doing that. When he tried to, I forget who he was fighting. Who was he fighting? I can't remember. I don't think it was Fortuna. He was fighting somebody and he looked so sloppy. He was trying for the knockout so hard. He was a pig in there. Man,
yeah.
Gervonta kills this guy, in there.
Hey, my man Sean, he said Tank likes to set traps. Yeah, Tank likes to set traps, but what happened? You guys forget. You guys remember when Leo Santa Cruz was tagging Tank? So that's what y'all keep forgetting. Tank always get his head kicked in the beginning of these fights. And what I'm telling you is this. Because he starts so slow, guess what? This might be the opportunity for him to go right to bed. I don't know how you guys are missing out on this. We keep talking about this. We're going to talk about it till the fight happens. But let's get on to a more important fight that may happen. I don't know. We keep talking about it. But Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence in July. What do you think about that prize fight? Are we getting that fight in July like they say?
We're not getting the fight in July. I believe the Rocha guy, I believe he's been paid step aside so many different times. That's what I heard, at least. I don't know if that's facts. I'm not gonna say facts, but and there's no more stepping aside. So I can't see that happen. I hope it happened, but that's one of them fights. I'll wait till we get when the bell go off. Matter of fact, I'm more confident if we get a press conference because I know them two dudes ain't gonna duck out the fight. Like your boy Ryan, he'll pull out the fight the night before or something like that. He might have stumped his toe or broke a nail or something. I don't know, but them two guys, I want to see a press conference. I'm not getting excited for this fight no more until I get a press conference, an announcement from one of these guys, But I hope the fight happen, man, and it's a 50-50 fight. Terence Crawford is a super athlete. Errol Spence is a dog, and that's going to be fireworks there. You know what I mean? Them two guys going to get in there and get it on, man. Terence, he going to switch. He going to do his thing, and Errol going to get to the body. Bud cannot start off slow. He got to start fast. He got to let his hands go early. Because if he get in there, he don't start fighting round 4 and 5, he might be in trouble. He might be way, way down because Errol come in there flinging punches at him. He throws a lot of punches. He gets down to the body early. And Bud Crawford better be ready. Errol better be ready because either one of them can be in big, big trouble when that fight go on, when that bell ring.
I can see that, but my thing is this: the way the kind of power that I've been seeing Terence Crawford display, it really worries me. I think that I would probably favor, I definitely would probably favor Errol in this fight. But the thing is this: I'm just wondering what happens if Errol gets clipped. That's my only. I'm telling you, man, that's my only fear, man. What happens if he gets clipped? Because one thing I've seen, if Errol gets clipped, because I'll be honest with you, man. I never seen. Hold on, we got a couple comments. My bad.
Yeah,
My man Sean T said, "Bro is right." He talking about my man Prize Fighter. Crawford doesn't want it. But the thing I'm worried about is I seen your boy. Hold on one sec. He said Errol said, "Let's see who's holding up the fight once I get the third belt." Errol did say that, and I agree with that. But let me ask you this: when he went in there with David Avocado, did you guys expect him to knock him out like he did, one punch?
definitely. I don't know about one punch, but I just knew the Bud was going to brutally just destroy this guy. This guy had no business in the ring with Terrence Crawford at all. But
Hmm.
I don't care what he went in there and he paid dearly for it. So I hope he got his money. Yeah,
Oh, he
he
got his
got.
money.
I mean, Bud just destroyed him, man. I mean, that was brutal. That
Oh,
was
but
probably his
Prize Fighter. But
most brutal knockout that I've
my
seen from Terrence.
hey, my only question is this: can Arrow take a punch like that? Because we seen Errol Spence spit his mouthpiece out versus Ugas. You remember he spit his mouthpiece out when Ugas started tagging him, and then he tried to hide his head or whatever he was doing behind the ref. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to do that with a dog like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is going to bring the fight to him, and he
Yes.
has that nasty dog in him. And I'll be honest, Terrence Crawford did duck Errol this last time. He ducked him because he went and took an easier fight. And I've heard Terrence Crawford for many years they say, Terrence, we gonna fight Errol. Never, never,
That was crazy.
never. So it's like I don't know, but I just keep hearing, and this is the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you something that people don't know. Even though Terrence Crawford has all it takes to stop Errol, guess what, man? He's too much of a coward to do it because you got to give Errol Spence credit. This kid beat Kell Brook in the UK, beat Sean Porter at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Then on top of that, went and fought Ugas, coming off a torn retina or whatever was going on with his eye.
Yeah.
We also seen Kavalauskas make Crawford take a knee. But you know what? Mean Machine is tough, bro. Mean Machine is tough. I seen Mean Machine give Virgil Ortiz some. So let's not play like Mean Machine is some bum fighter who can't get it done. He can get it done at a high level. But what I'm saying is this: can we expect? And we've never seen Errol get hit like he's gonna get hit versus Terrence. So you telling me if Terrence hits Errol in the mouth, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna spit his mouthpiece out? What's gonna happen? I mean, did you not see that prize fight when he spit his
Yeah.
mouthpiece out?
I think me personally, I can't remember how that exactly went because it happened so fast. I don't know what he did. He took his eyes off the fight. He can't make that mistake against Crawford because if you do that, he's done.
Hey, tell him again, prize fighter.
He cannot make no mistake like that. Those are amateur mistakes. Maybe it's because of Errol Spence got dental work done. Maybe that might have been the reason. I don't know. But he can't do that against that. If
He
he
got
clips
dental work
Errol,
done. When did he get dental work done?
when he knocked his teeth out when he went through the windshield.
Oh, his teeth came out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he cracked his teeth up all bad. Earl got the $1 million smile now. You know what I mean? With the rich
Oh,
people do.
no.
Yeah, definitely,
I
100%.
didn't know that. That's what that was.
Yeah, Earl definitely got his. He definitely, if you go back and look at the younger Earl Spence, and when he talks, watch his mouth, and then go to the new Earl Spence and look at him then. So maybe he's getting adjusted to them teeth. I don't know, but he can't do that against Terrence Crawford because he gonna go to sleep. But when Earl hit him, I mean, if Terrence clip him like that, I mean, Earl, I don't think Earl gets enough credit for being able to take a punch. Now we didn't see Crawford go down, but like with what's the kid name? Mean Machine. I don't know
Mean
what he's
Machine.
mean at.
Kavalauskas. It's kind of hard to say his name.
I'll just say Mean
Kavalauskas.
Machine. That's what I know him by.
Yeah.
But he did knock down Bud Crawford, and all the Bud Crawford man fans know that he went down on that. It was a little delayed. So
He definitely went down, and I'll tell you what, the ref robbed him, in my opinion.
I would have liked to see that be called a knockdown, man. That would imagine the fans then. Oh my, well, he went down because they already making it like it was an official knockdown. You wouldn't know if he was a casual, but he can't make that mistake against Earl Spence either. Like, and that's what scares me about Terrence Crawford. He's so much of a dog. Can you imagine if he sit down right there with Earl? That might go bad for him. He needs to fight the Victor Postol kind of fight. And I can see him boxing too. a victory, UD. But if he decides to, select that war button like they like to say, man, it might get bad for him, man. Because Earl can take a punch, man.
I'll tell you, I'll put it like this. I'm gonna read a couple comments before I give you my opinion on that. My man Sean T said, I think Crawford starts too slow.
Right.
I think so too. I think that's true. It happened in the Danny Garcia fight. My man Q Money said he'll still stop him. I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm believing this more. It's because when I look at Errol's feet versus Ugas, let's be honest, is that the same Errol that beat up Kell Brook? No,
No.
absolutely not. He's lost some of that little shuffling power he had. Hold on one second. He said Sugar Ray got dropped and stopped, and a dude right after also. So this is the thing about it. I know what you saying, but this is the thing about it. I'm just wondering who has lost more. Because Terrence Crawford's feet looked horrible. He literally went in that fighting like he was George Foreman. I mean, I never seen a guy beat the stuffing out of some gloves. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but don't get me wrong. I'm trying to not be biased because I love Errol. Everybody knows that. But let's be honest, man. The fact is this: say what you want about Bud. Bud lives the fighter lifestyle, and
Mhm.
that's something. That's a huge component that you always preach
Yep.
in Prize Fighter
Yep.
about cats living the fighter lifestyle.
Yep. And
Shout out
the
to my
good thing
man,
about
Sweet Life
go
of
ahead.
Queen. She said, hello, handsome gentlemen. Don't know much about boxers. Want to say hello. Salute to you coming
Shout out
through.
Queen.
But go ahead,
Salute.
my brother.
Now, what'd you say last?
No, what I'm saying is, I'm just wondering, the fact that Terrence Crawford lives the
Right.
fighter lifestyle. I
Right.
seen Terrence. I can't think of ever seeing Terrence Crawford drunk, inebriated, none of that. But I'm
Man,
telling you, dude,
that dude.
them Houston boys, they like that bottle, man. I don't know what it is, man. They like newborns. Every time you see them, they got a bottle in their mouth, man. It's like, come on, man. We didn't all seen on the Instagrams, the whatever you watch, YouTube. You seen your boy Errol look drunk. He always like he's sipping on something. Same thing with them. Except for I won't put Mel in that, but I'll put Maul in that. But I mean, at the end of the day, what a fighter lifestyle that you preach about, will that come into effect? I just want to know.
It possibly can, because Terrence Crawford, another thing, he's in shape year round. He doesn't when you see him in a fat camp, never. So
Never.
he does everything he's supposed to do as this super athlete, because like I love Terrence Crawford because his athleticism is just crazy, man. He don't get enough credit for him, man. Like I said in the last show, he was out there hooping, you know what I mean, on All-Star. This dude looked like he belonged. Anything he do, wrestling with his friends, he looks like he belonged, like he could do that. So he's in shape year round. He's probably ready to make weight in the next couple of days right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Crawford. What do you think he walk around as? I don't think he goes up to
Probably
60.
about 150.
Yeah, I don't see him going up to 160 when he's just chilling with the wife and kids. You know what I mean? And, so Terrence Crawford, he definitely has an edge on that because Earl did get a DUI, he did bang out, in his whip. He, thank God he's still here, and he came back. But we'll have to see. You think Bud lost a step in the last fight? You said he was just a slow. I didn't really see that. I think both the guys are still ready to go. They're a little bit slower than what they used to be, but I think that Earl Spence is ready to go. He will be ready to go. I don't like the layoff thing. I would like to see Earl get one more fight in, and then go at it, because how long if he jumps in there in July, how many months is out the ring? Earl
That's
Spence.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, so you sure you want to do that against a super athlete like Terrence Crawford? I know,
Yeah.
and I
See,
know there's a lot of Terrence Errol fans gonna go crazy, but I'm not making up any excuses if he does go in there and get beat. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm like, I could see that happening. I could see him going in there stopping Earl, and I could see Earl just brutalizing him too, because people was like, well, Ugas wasn't moving like he used to because his body was hurt. Where was he going? He wasn't going anywhere. His body was hurt. He can't go nowhere. Them air out, them tires been gone. And if he sits there and he takes too long to get started, you're gonna really see he gonna really have to sit there and bang with Earl, and that's not gonna go good for him. He needs to come out like he did on like in Victor Poso. He boxed an amazing fight. Like he was moving, he was doing everything. You know what I mean? That's how you got to beat Earl. You can't be right in front of him because you saw what happened to Ugas. He broke his face, broke his ribs up, you know, and it just looked bad for Ugas. I know they're just, he got
beat him
4
bad.
losses. He got
He
4
beat him
losses.
bad.
Yeah,
He beat him bad.
You know, whatever. He got 4 losses. All right, whatever. But you know, the guy beat Pacquiao. It is what it was. He lucky Manny Pacquiao that Earl Spence wasn't in the ring that night because he would have. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would have been a casualty.
And you see the girl had to feed him soup. You know what I mean? He was looking crazy out there, man. I said, if that was Earl, God saved Pacquiao. The boxing God saved Pacquiao. Man, he was gonna kill him.
My man said, Jesus saved him.
Real, man.
Hey, well, we got another comment. My man Sean T said Frankie Rendell was an alcoholic and beat the heck out of Julio Cesar Chavez, gave him his first official loss. And then my man said Errol fought April 16th, 2022.
Wow.
Okay, my mistake. So it's a year. My mistake. Damn. It's been a year. You know what's so funny about that, Sean T? It seems longer, don't it? Because
it does, me.
I think I was looking it up. I think they both in the last 3 years have fought one fight in the last 3 years. And I don't know who the heck told them guys that they were stars enough to not fight like that. I mean, I don't know. I'll just say this. Errol Spence, I hope he's living a fighter lifestyle because I'm telling you, Ugas is another thing. I get what you're saying about Ugas, but Ugas got beat by a lot of 140 pounders. I really believe Ugas is a 140 pounder. I mean, he's rough and rugged. I think he beat Sean Porter, and people forget that he beat Sean Porter.
That was close fight.
I mean, you could people give it any other way, but I thought the person who landed the most devastating punches was Ugas. But Ugas again is a blown up 140 pounder. When you get in there with Bud Crawford, man, I'm telling you, and I'm gonna just say this right now while we on the podcast. I'm gonna say Errol Spence is a top Hall of Fame welterweight if he can beat Bud Crawford. If he can beat Bud Crawford, like you're saying, which I think is very possible because I think he done lost a step. And some might say that Errol and Al waited Terrence out and waited till he got a little bit older. I don't believe that because I feel like Errol did everything he said he would do. He said, I'm going to clean my side of the street, then I'm going to come over there. And some reason it didn't happen. Shout out to my man Sean T said it doesn't seem longer. I'm going to tell you why I said it seems longer than me because I like to see Errol fight. Errol's one of my favorite guys to watch, and I hate that he's not in the ring. And you said he beat Porter, he knocked him down, but it wasn't called. I know technically they say Ugas beat. I mean, Porter beat Ugas, but I just really feel like from watching that fight, I felt like that was the first time I seen somebody really bring the fight. This is before the Errol Spence fight. That's the first time I see somebody really bring the fight to Sean Porter since Kell Brook. I mean, because he took that butt off Devin Alexander. I don't know if you guys remember that when he had the IBF.
Yeah.
I mean, Devin Alexander was high on pills, man. So say what you want. He was a pill head when he beat him. So then Kell Brook went in there and really took him apart, and we had never seen him get took apart like that. And keep in mind that Sean Porter also went down to 135 pounder in Adrian Bronner. So let's not play like Sean Porter, this great champion, and I love Sean Porter, but let's not play like he's just some great world-beating champion because he's not. We seen Ugas go in there and bring the fight to him, and really, like I said, it was a razor-thin decision. You can go either way. Porter won it, but back to what we're talking about. I just hope that Errol gets in that ring and is focused and makes the most of this opportunity because if he can knock out Terrence Crawford, man, this will go down in the history books. Yeah. But you got to be careful because Terrence Crawford is nobody's scrub. Nope. I don't know who told you guys that Terrence Crawford don't get busy. That brother get busy in the ring. He like to hurt people. He's a professional. He's a professional head kicker, bro. Yeah, I seen this man say, "Man, your mama's a witch," and then flip the table over and go to try to kill Jose Benavidez Jr. You remember that?
Yeah. He snapped. You know what I mean?
He snapped on him, man. He was ready to hurt him. He was
That's
ready
what I
to
like
hurt him.
about Terrence Crawford, man. He's in shape
He's
all
a
year round. He
dog,
looked
man.
good. Every time you see him, he looked like he's doing something like productive. You know what I mean? I hope the fight get made, man. I really truly do, man.
Where you want to see that fight at? Do you want to see that fight in Dallas?
Nah, I'd rather not it be in Dallas. Even though I like Dallas, I like Texas Stadium. I like that venue when Pacquiao was fighting there. I was like, yo, that joint kind of tight in there. Even though you know I hate the Cowboys. You know I'm an Eagle fan, but the arena is what it is. It's nice. You know, it's the best.
Yeah,
you can't deny that. But I like to see that go to Vegas. You know, or if they, Atlanta, that'd be good in there.
Oh yeah, that's you thinking about Legion Stadium, or you talking about the T-Mobile?
Where in Vegas?
Yeah, if there was a fight in Vegas, you was talking about the T-Mobile, or you talking about where the Raiders play?
New arena. I want to see where the Raiders play at. I like that new arena. I was in Vegas and I seen the construction.
Can you
I
hear
was like, man, this thing's gonna be massive, man. You know what I mean? I was there when they was doing the construction, and it was nice, man. But I like to see that fight there, probably in Vegas. That way it's neutral, because I don't want to hear nothing when Earl scrape him in Dallas and they're gonna be like, yo, what's going on in Dallas? I don't want to hear that. I want it to be neutral. I want Earl to be focused. Terrence is already focused. I don't got to say nothing about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want Earl to be living a fighter's lifestyle. Ever since his last fight against Ugas, from that point on, he's supposed to be living a fighter's lifestyle because he knows his next fight is supposed to be Terrence Crawford. And in order to be the guy, a super athlete, because I'm really high on his athleticism, you got to be on point. You can't be letting your mouth get a new mouthpiece, get it measured, whatever you got to do. You can't make any mistakes against Bud Crawford because he will get you out of there. And
he's a dog, man. And you know what? I want to give my man Prize for the full credit because the man only speaks what he knows. He not going with no fanboy agenda. And, hey, you know what, bro? Co-host or not, I gotta give you credit for that because everybody want to play that fanboy crap and not break it down. Because I like Errol Spence, but guess what? The man's not living a fighter lifestyle. The man,
I hope that's not the case.
The man has been inactive, and then he tells his fans, "I don't care that I've been active. I'm not apologizing for being inactive." Who are you? Who are you to say that? These guys, man, really, and the same thing with Temple. These guys got some big nuts, man. They be talking how they be talking, man.
They be talking cold cash shit about the fans. Yeah, I be like, yo, I wouldn't have said that one. Earl, maybe he's just, I don't know. Earl got a lot of fans. He got more fans than Terrence Crawford. Let's be honest, but Earl Spence got a crazy wild fan base. Like, his fans are there. He can't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna read this comment real quick, and then I'm gonna bring my man Sean T to say something on this. He said, "Listen, I've been watching boxing avidly for over 40 years. Floyd is the only fighter who I was wrong about. I don't know how H-E-double hockey stick you was wrong about Floyd. Right. He looked like the goods from the beginning,
from the rip."
Hey, what's up with you, Sean T?
Hey, what's going on, man? See, at least I can admit where I was wrong. You feel me?
About Floyd?
Well, see, the thing is, Floyd jumped in there with a fighter who was the real dog, Gennaro Chicanito Hernandez.
Yes.
And dude was thorough. So I'm like, man, they putting this pup in there with him. You feel me? And man, he beat the hell out of him. You feel me? and then he beat one of my favorite fighters, Diego Chico Corrales. So I was like, damn, this motherfucker's serious. You feel me?
He beat him easy too.
Easily.
He beat the hell out of my man.
Yeah,
that
man,
hurt.
Nobody beat him that easy, man.
We always Chico fans. We always Chico fans because Chico was the goods. He come in there, get dropped, come in there, knock you out. He was just everything.
Yes, sir.
What time it was when Chico get in the ring, and for a 130-pound Mayweather to come in here and dominate that big fighter like that was incredible. I never doubted the kid. I knew Floyd was the goods from the rip. I always liked Floyd, and I told everybody, everybody say, "Oh, Chico gonna beat that." Like you said, he's too young. I said, y'all are crazy. I told everybody.
I was wrong, man. So shit. And then, I knew he was gonna beat Ricky Hatton, but the way he did it was so skillful.
Move, man.
Yeah, I said, God damn.
He figured that ball out quick, man.
Not only, I mean, he was like when he would clinch him, man, he was breaking his ass down with them body shots.
Yeah, he
And I
definitely
was
was.
like, man, this
But if you go back
motherfucker
and watch that,
is serious.
if you go back and watch that Floyd and Hatton, though, Floyd was clipping him with straight right hands from the beginning. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I never had any faith in Ricky Hatton to beat a Floyd Mayweather. I think Ricky Hatton, it was his time to cash in, and he did. And, he paid for it.
He won some big fights though. I mean, he
Yeah,
won some big fights.
when he beat Costa
Tszyu? And who
yeah,
else?
Tszyu. Hey, Costa Tszyu was a monster prize fight. I don't know where you was at, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Tszyu definitely was one of my guys
Zeus,
back in the day.
Zeus was a dog.
Well, we got a couple comments, but before I get to the comments, I gotta say this. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. After I ask you this question, I'm gonna read the comments, and I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Do you guys think that the way in the '90s, when a lot of us we were all younger, close to kids, when we were younger, do you think that they killed boxing by only marketing Floyd and Manny Pacquiao and not marketing people like Costa Tszyu, Paul Williams? I mean, you say Paul Williams now, a lot of young boxing fans don't know who he was, but he was something special.
beast. Yeah, he was a beast.
Hey, I'm gonna read these comments, and I'm gonna have y'all answer that question. He said Errol ain't trying to fight the fans, my man undercard, and then he said Floyd with his uncle was an animal. No, Floyd with his dad, Floyd J. Mayweather Sr. Floyd Mayweather Sr. is, to me, in my opinion, is probably the third best trainer behind Angelo Dundee and Eddie Futch. I mean, you really got it. You really talking about one of the best, because he brought Oscar De La Hoya back to life. But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and cook on that. I want to know what you guys think about them only marketing Floyd and Pacquiao and not putting no other fighters out there. Did that kill boxing?
I feel like it absolutely killed it as far as on the financial side. You know what I mean? Where they were making like over $100 million and $50 million for these fights. Now these guys out here who haven't done as much, because Pacquiao and Floyd put in a lot of work to even get to that point. So some of these guys, and Earl is my guy, but it's like shit. Even Earl, he hasn't done that. He's fought some good fighters, but he hasn't. His resume is nowhere near as good as Floyd's or Pacquiao's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What you think about that prize fighter?
I don't want to say I can agree with the financial part, but I'm gonna go. I kind of agree with Undercard in the comment section. He said fighters didn't do enough, marketing themselves. Like Floyd was out there talking, Zab marketed himself. There was some guys out there that could talk, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
AB, he's one of them guys. He can talk his way into a fight. I know people don't like him, but David Haye can talk his way in, So
yeah, David Haye.
You gotta get out there. You can't be quiet, man. You gotta get out there. You have to do something with the social media. Them boys didn't have social media back then, too. You know what I mean? And back in the day, if you want to go farther, like in the Sugar Ray Leonard days, they didn't have to market themselves, like that. You know what I mean? Them boys, everybody know what time it was, and everybody was fighting the fights back then. But
you know what they did that? Don't forget the worldwide of sports. We boxing. I don't know where we have. I didn't mean to cut you off on the call, but I always when it's come up, boxing is missing Howard Cosell. There's a true chance that Muhammad Ali would have never been the star that we know he is without the dance partner of Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell did Monday Night Football, which was and still now is think about it. Nobody got cable no more. Everybody got a Fire Stick, and football is still king. Yep. So you talking about the dude who ran Monday Night Football when it was Monday Night Football? Him. What's that dude that was on Black Caesar? I can't remember his name. Fred. Remember Fred?
Fred Williamson.
The Black Caesar was up there with him, and you had this guy talking about boxing every night. For some reason, Stephen A. Smith seems like very much a novice. Kendrick Perkins very much a novice. Jay Williams, man, if you ain't talking about soccer or rugby, man, he ain't got an interest in it. So it's just crazy, man, because I'm just wondering, when are we gonna get some good boxing commentary? Mike Coppinger is garbage.
Trash.
Mike Coppinger is garbage. I mean, you just go down the line, and now they got this whole like race infusion. And now you got guys saying, "Oh, they're against black fight." No, at the end of the day, they're against boxing. They're against boxing. There's an attack on boxing because guess what? We don't hear the YouTubers somebody want to do UFC. Have you heard that, Sean T? Have you heard that prize fighter say we want to do UFC? No, they want to box. So This is the best sport in the world. We boxing fans built Madison Square Garden. I don't know who told you it did. Madison Square Garden ain't known for no basketball. Madison Square Garden is known for boxing.
Yep.
The fact that we don't have more fights in the mecca of boxing is a travesty. Just think about this. Think if we would have had 3 years ago, um, Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence at Madison Square Garden
Man,
for just 3 of the belts.
it would have been massive if we would have had them boys in there. Yeah, Madison Square was a spot back in the day. You know what I mean?
Man, think about it with Michael Buffer or
Yeah.
as the announcer.
Yeah, you know, they even had this. They even had that joint on the on one of them fight. What was it called? Knockout Kings or something. Every time I
Knockout
fought
Kings.
my boys, man, we would go to Madison Square. That's what we was rumbling at. So
And see, you know what's funny? The UK gets it. Eddie Hearn gets it. That's you know it's so sucky about how sometimes things work when you're talking about American sports is that everybody around the world gets it, but because we take it for granted, you know, there was a reason why Anthony Joshua's first fight was at Madison Square Garden. The man is from Europe, but his first fight was in the mecca of boxing. We built Madison Square Garden. Think about this, guys. When you talk about Madison Square Garden, you're talking about Madison Square Garden because of boxing, not because of any of those hockey championships, and not because no doggone basketball championships in the 70s. It's because of what boxing, Jack Dempsey,
Joe Louis, all
Joe
of them.
Louis,
yeah.
Sugar Ray Robinson, all these guys built Madison Square Garden. I'm telling you, man, I don't know what's going to happen with boxing, but the fact that it's still a second tier sport, it's because honestly, it's the laziness. Nobody wants to talk about this. The fact is this: Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford are getting some nice paydays, so they cool with what they got. But let's be honest, they cheating the sport. Muhammad Ali never cheated the sport. You could say Muhammad Ali went on too long. You can say that George Foreman went on too long. Why? Because they love the sweet science.
Yeah.
Man, I ask you this, do you not keep seeing Roy Jones keep trying to hop in the ring because he loves the sport?
Well,
He about to get brutalized
He should
in
have
a real fight. Go ahead.
Who? Roy Jones?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones was in a real fight this past weekend. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
I didn't want to see it.
You don't want to see it. He lost to a guy that's making his debut. You know,
Oh God damn.
yeah, coming from the MMA, and the guy was 36 himself.
Oh my God!
What was his name? Andrew Pettis. What's his name?
Oh, that was this past weekend. Oh,
yeah, I came on YouTube. I said Roy Jones. I didn't even hear about this being announced, and I'm just like Roy got to stop. Like, come on, man. That went on your record, bro. You know what I mean? When people see that, when people pull up your box rec, if you pull up Roy Jones' box rec, he's gonna have a loss to a guy making his debut. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. Not what it looks like. That's what it is.
Shout out to my man Paulie St. George was still a beast when he came back. Yeah, I won't say that. I mean, him beating Michael Moore was nice. Michael Moore was nice, but stop it.
Michael Moore was putting hands on Foreman until he got clipped. You know what I mean? But,
Hey, because guess what? You guys remember Butterbean was giving George Foreman hell. If you guys remember, big old Butterbean was giving him hell.
Yeah, and Tommy Morrison, he actually beat Foreman, you know?
Easily. I don't know why in the world. And you know what's so funny? Guess what? If boxing was like it is now, Tommy Morrison would have never fought Ron Lyles. You know that, right? He would have never fought Ron Lyles.
No.
He would have waited till it was time to fight Tyson Fury. Time. I don't know why I'm gonna say Tyson Fury, but he would have waited for Mike Tyson. Now, ain't that like cowardice, man?
Yeah.
I mean, well, that man had he got his ass knocked out in one of the most brutal fashions by Ray Mercer.
The most brutal knockout that I've ever seen in boxing, to me.
Yes.
And that's what I mean when I say like these guys are fearless, man. And I'm telling you, man, I don't know who's gonna win that fight with Errol, but I tell you what, I just hope that Errol's living about the fighter lifestyle, man. And like I keep bringing up, and I gotta bring it up to be fair, I keep seeing him out here partying. Only thing I seen Terrence Crawford do is say stupid stuff. That's it. Yeah. And the only thing that worried me about Terrence Crawford is Terrence Crawford don't have no trainer. He got a doggone fan posing as a trainer. Bo Mack, if you guys seen Bo Mack with any of his other fighters, Jamel Herring, any of those guys, man, he looks like a novice. He
Yeah,
looks like a novice.
Yeah,
It looks like it
he's
looks
just a
like Bud is
manager
running the
to
whole
me.
show.
Yeah, he
man,
just
I've never seen a guy, meaning Crawford, jump in and start giving instructions to a fighter when Bomac was standing right there. You know what I mean? And
right.
I believe was that Maurice Hooker that
Maurice
he
Hooker.
Mhm.
yeah, he jumped in the ring and I said, man, what the
Yeah,
hell?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That show you Terrence Crawford's IQ because he's like, this guy don't see what I see.
yeah.
Hey, and not only that, the fact that this is what Errol be going against, because the thing that people forget, when Muhammad Ali defended his heavyweight title 3 times, 10 times, he did it. He had 10 times that 3 times he defended that title 10 times. So what was one of the things that he did when he came back old? He came back old. It was all about up here, and I'm
Oh yeah.
telling you, I'm wondering what's going to happen when this up here is versus Errol Spence, who keeps showing us, like my man Paulie said, we just seen him drinking cognac, bro. I mean, and this is not me trying to be a jerk. It's the same thing with Jamal Charlo, man.
I
These
just want to
dudes
see where
gotta
are
stop.
y'all seeing these pictures at? I follow Earl on IG. I don't see none of that.
You know what? I'm gonna send you a video I seen when he was out with his girlfriend at the strip mall and they were
When was
drinking.
this? Was this
This
recent?
was I
Or
don't
was
know
it
when it
before
was.
or I put it to you like this. Was it before the first accident?
He said this was less than 3. Hold on. Oh, less than 3 weeks till Tank puts Ryan to sleep. You sick, Paul? You know that's fake. But I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna look it up. But I tell you what, man. If they let these young pups, Tank and Ryan, make the fight, and these 2 old dudes who know that they should be fighting don't fight, it's gonna be a travesty, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Hey, Sean T, when have you ever heard of the 2 best guys not fighting?
Well, actually, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's been a few times that this happened where it took a long time for fights to be made, like the big fights. Whether you want to say like Trinidad De La Hoya, it took damn near forever for that. Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker, it took a minute for that. Like it seemed like Chavez didn't want to fight him for some reason.
He
And
did.
even with Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, you know, Tyson pulled out of the first fight and then came back and decided to fight Buster Douglas as a tune-up and got his ass whooped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been happening, you know what I mean? It's just that not in this fashion. You feel me? Like it's with Crawford. Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. People think that like, man, people hating on Crawford, but it's really like, man, if you the best, man, if you one of the best, all we want you to do is prove it. That's it. You know what I mean? And if you fighting a goddamn David Avanesian and then they talking about Alexis Rocha, it's like, come on,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, say his name again. Alexis Roach, David Avocado. Who are these guys,
man? Who are these guys?
These guys.
So, but I'm gonna tell you, it's like I used to argue with people at work. You know, when I worked for the railroad, and I was telling them, I said, hey, man, Tyson gonna get his ass whooped when he fight Holyfield. They was like, man, you crazy. Holyfield is a blown up cruiserweight, this, that, and other. I said, but he's not fighting, you know, real competition. He's beating up guys he's supposed to beat up. So it's not steel sharpening steel. And that's the same thing that's going on with Crawford. It's like, yeah, you look damn good beating up this last guy he fought, Avanesian. You know what I'm saying? But you supposed to beat this guy. You know what I mean? So
Did you hear what Bomac said? Did you hear what Bomac said, Sean T, about this being a sparring match?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If your trainer saying that, god damn.
I just don't want him to talk no more. I wish he'd just go away.
Hey, Bomac. Hey,
no
we gotta be honest, man. Bomac is one of the most entertaining trainers, other than my man Angel Garcia. Them is the two dumbest nuts in boxing.
They're crazy, man. Bomac just
Definitely.
anything, man.
Bomac said this gonna be a sparring match, and you gonna make that fight? You gonna make that fight?
Man, you hear me? So even with that being said, it's like if your trainer knows that this shit is fucked up, you got to know that shit, man. Crawford is really going in there up against Errol Spence. He's going there against Charlo, who spars with Errol Spence. He's going up there against Derek James. and probably even Anthony Joshua, because you don't know how many rounds Errol is getting putting in with Anthony Joshua. And it's like, man, who is preparing Crawford for Errol Spence?
Crawford don't need nobody to prepare him for anything because he's just that good. I don't think he needs any help. I think the only thing he need help with is to hold the pads. You know what I mean? Take me to the gym. He's kind of like Mayweather. Like Mayweather he didn't need a trainer toward the end when he really got it down pat. And I feel like Terrence Crawford is at that point to where Bomac.
You don't think his dad helped, man?
That's what I said when toward the end, like the middle to the end. Like Floyd, once you know he had it, like you know when he got his dad out of there and Roger came in, you know Floyd was just, you know, he didn't need a trainer at that point. He knows what to do. He's a routine. You know, it's probably his father's routine, but who knows? You know, but Terrence Crawford, nobody needs to prepare him for anything. You know, Terrence Crawford, the only thing that'll get him in trouble with Errol Spence is him being too much of a dog. Because if you go in there, you want to play rock'em sock'em robot, your style, your Mexican style you love. If he go in there and do that against Earl, he might be in trouble, man. You know, but I feel like if he box and move, switch up a little bit, show him different angles, I feel like Terrence Crawford could box to a unanimous decision. But we have to see, you know, because Terrence starts late, Earl doesn't.
When the last time you seen Terrence Crawford box somebody? You know what I mean? So it's like, see, basically, and I'm being honest with you, we pretty much fight on reputation. When is the last time you seen Errol Spence look sharp?
Hell, he looked pretty sharp in there with Ugas. I don't care what nobody said.
Ugas was getting beat by 140 pounders prize fighter. Now you a fair man. He's been getting beat up by 140 pounders his whole career.
I don't care who he lost to. Questionable losses.
But those 140 pound losses, they were all split decisions, so they were all very close.
They was all questionable. His record is questionable. Go look at his box rec, you know. And I feel like Earl was. He looked at like Errol Spence of the old to me in that fight. He was getting down. He was going low, going high, breaking eyes. That's what he do. You know what I mean? Breaking ribs. Like, yo, man, Earl was sharp in that fight. Not so much Danny Garcia fight, but that Ugas fight, Earl definitely was on top of his game. And that Errol Spence shows up without that mouthpiece situation.
Hey, Sean, what you think about him spitting that mouthpiece off like that, man?
Well, you know, I heard my man say it earlier. When he spoke after the fight, he said it. He said, man, that's a rookie mistake not to have that mouthpiece adjusted to his new teeth. You know what I mean? So I'm sure Derek James ain't gonna let him go in there like that again. You feel me?
He better get one of them mouthpieces like Holyfield. Remember his joints to seem like it'd be the top and the bottom? He better get one of them joints.
Definitely.
Man.
Definitely.
I don't know, but he lose his mouthpiece out like that, he gonna lose his brains.
Can I ask you a question, man? Is it just me, or do you guys notice that every time Derek James fighters at the end of the fight, he always looked pissed, like you didn't do nothing I told you to do?
And I love that. I love it.
Man.
I love it.
Derek James is the number one.
Hey, I thought he was gonna slap Anthony Joshua after that fight.
He abandoned the game.
Hey, I've never seen a guy so pissed. I remember he was pissed versus when Jamel fought Brian Castano. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, he was tight.
Yeah, because Jamel wasn't listening to shit. Straight up. He really supposed to have lost that fight. And I fuck with Jamel, you know?
I'm talking about that second one, not the first one. I'm talking about the second one.
The second one, I was just so happy that he started working that body, you know, instead of doing all that head hunting.
It was a knockout, and what happened? Man, Derek James got up there and looked pissed, like you didn't do nothing I told you to do.
Yeah.
Same thing with Frank Martin.
Same thing he did with Earl after the Ugas fight. He told him immediately, man, we got to get back in the lab.
He said that's what he said.
Yeah,
I did hear that. We got to get back in the lab.
Yeah, he said that.
He
said that.
But the thing is, and that's the thing people don't understand, Bomac can't compete with Derek James, man.
No, Derek James is the number one trainer right now to me. I think he just.
You got him over Eddie Reynoso?
The steroid ball?
Here you
Yeah.
go, Sean.
Man, get him out.
Yeah.
Lock him up and get him out of boxing.
No.
Get him out of here.
Derrick James is the best
He's
right
number
now.
one. Eddie Reynoso. Who popped off? Canelo. What's the other guy name?
Valdez.
Ryan. Oscar Valdez.
Yep, Valdez.
Who was
Yep.
the other bull? It was one more bull. Man, what's his name?
Well, Ryan won a silver championship under him.
Man,
He won one of the Mickey Mouse belts.
even Ryan had enough sense to get away from that gym. They put shit in your water, probably these super pills, and I don't know. You know,
He's a hey, you know what? Eddie
he's a
Reynoso's a cheater.
scumbag.
Hey,
Get him out of boxing. I want him out.
so you really feel prize fighter.
I want Eddie Reynoso out of boxing. It's no way that you got this many fighters popping dirty. One person said, "Oh, what did he say? Who was the nose spray ball that got popped off? Was that one of Eddie Reynoso people?"
What's that dude?
No, that was Billy Joe Sanders with the nose spray.
Yeah.
But heck, it was one more fighter, man. Damn,
Shit, what was Canelo ever with him?
yeah, Canelo still with him, ain't he?
Yeah. Okay, well that's what it was.
Canelo,
Yeah, that's
Oscar Valdez, and it was one more fighter.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one more. That's a fact.
Why do you, can I ask y'all this? Why do they hold Kimbuterol against him? That's a weight cutter.
Because you ain't supposed to be doing none of that. It's supposed to be natural. Terrence Crawford ain't never get caught with no weight supplements. He loses it the right way. He does what he's supposed. You know what he does? He don't drink like Canelo. You know, Terrence Crawford is shaky around. He don't abuse his body like Canelo. Canelo is an alcoholic, and you know, I don't want to say I'm an alcoholic, but Canelo is a drinker.
That's true.
And he's a steroid cheat. You get caught, you know, like he said, like Floyd said, we don't know how many fights he was dirty in. He created a weight class so he can be on clenbuterol probably. He bringing up glass chin Amir Khan. I don't know why he made him come up to 55. That was crazy, but he did it. You know, and the man created a whole weight class. And then the WBC, what do? They changed the levels of clenbuterol.
Mm-hmm.
So you can cheat. Because he know.
But prize fighter, the man's having a hard time making weight. Is that really a cheat?
Yes. It's not on the list. It's on the list.
If it's prohibited,
dog. You can't do it.
Yeah.
If that's
the
the
man
case,
can't stop eating all them tacos and stuff, bro.
Let Earl drink all the drinks he wants if he can take clenbuterol. Let him do what he wants. Let Jermell do what he wants. They all need the juice. Everybody do it. You know what I mean? Because Canelo, that's BS, man.
That boy is cold, ain't he? That boy.
Yo, you know that's BS.
He on that
as
business.
soon as Canelo get pissed off at the WBC, they start making up belts. They start changing drug tests.
They did change the Kimbuterol levels. They said he got it from wild boar meat or something, right?
Wild boar meat. Come on, man.
I ain't never heard of it in my life, man.
Taco meat, cow meat. Come on, man. They just injecting cows with clenbuterol. Come on, man. That's crazy. And then here you go, that scumbag, what's his name? Mauricio Sulaiman here. He come. Canelo Alvarez requested the clenbuterol. You know, he just make up stuff, man. I don't trust that whole camp, man.
Not at all.
That whole camp is dirty to me, man. I don't like nobody out of that Eddie Reynoso camp. Nobody.
Hey.
Not at all.
Hey, after that, man, I can't say nothing because you know what's so funny. You see, now y'all talking about me being biased. What about my man Prize Fighter? He just took Canelo apart.
I hate that.
Nah, he keeping that shit 100 though. You know
that gym, man.
Hey, Canelo do the same stuff Errol Spence do, bro.
What was the guy named Cesar or something like
Except
that?
the cheating. Let me clear that up. I don't want nobody to get on me later. If you're watching this on playback, hit the like button. I don't mean Errol's doing the same thing as far as clenbuterol. I mean he's a drinking monster just like Errol. I was on the phone with my homeboy, man. Shout out to my man C Rich. And C Rich said somebody didn't think of it. He's like, yeah, man. That boy Errol like that bottle, man, and so do Canelo. They just like that bottle, man.
I like the bottle too, but damn, I don't box. Boys, you know what I mean? You got when you a boxer, you gotta live like Floyd.
Yeah.
You gotta live like Terrence.
Yeah.
You gotta be one, you know, and that's why can't nobody whoop them bulls, man, because why y'all out partying at what they like Club Live or whatever that stuff is called.
Yeah, that strip club, yeah.
Yeah, you go out there, you ain't gonna see Bud in there, man. Boy don't
No,
got
you
time for
won't.
that. You might see Bud do that afterwards, and I doubt he do that. You know what I mean? Terrence Crawford can fight till he's 40-something years old to me because he just doesn't abuse his body. Whether he win or lose, I ain't saying go undefeated, but he would still be an A+ fighter like he is now, and he's going to be an A+ fighter for a long time because he does the right things. He's in shape. I bet you if you go see Terrence Crawford now, you're gonna be like, damn, boy, what you 146 right now? You 47 right now? Come on, man.
Hey, I got a final question before we get out of here, and I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you go last. I'll let you go last, Sean T. But prize fight, I want to know what you guys think of this. Who had the better career, Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather? I want to know you guys' opinion on that. Who had the better career?
I think Floyd did, because people just want to talk about Money Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Pretty Boy Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Boy Floyd was dominating people, man. I mean, we just talked about what he did to Hernandez, Corrales. You know, you can question that. Castillo was tough back then. I don't care what nobody say. When he said he lost, he ran it right back and dominated him.
He did.
I mean? He whooped on Ricky Hatton. He beat Shane Mosley when they said that Shane Mosley was the #1 welterweight in the world after he destroyed Margarito. He beat Cotto. He beat them all, man. And Pacquiao did it too, but Floyd had been there and done that already, you know. And like we said, with the minor belts, you know, they like to say, "Oh, he's 8 division." He ain't 8 divisions to me. And you can grind me up if you want. I don't care. He's not 8 divisions to me, you know. And I just think Floyd Floyd beat him easily. And of course he had a better career. But I've heard arguments of why Pacquiao had a better career, and it's an argument. It is. It truly is. But to me, I just think Floyd had a way better career than that guy.
I'm gonna go before you do, Shanti. I'm gonna say Manny Pacquiao had an amazing career. The man came from sparring weight. I think he was at 110, 120, went all the way up to 154, and possibly could have went to 160. Almost Roberto Duran-esque. You know what's funny? When you talk about Manny Pacquiao, let's be honest, Floyd is so hard to achieve, but you got Monster Inoue. They expect the Monster Inoue to be as good as Floyd to be as good as Pacquiao. But Floyd Mayweather, I'll tell you this, man. The thing is, when he was a nice guy, he got no love. Like my man Sean T said, he took a lot of tough fights in the 90s. He actually got robbed in the Olympics. I mean, I never forget the ref held his hand up because he thought he won.
The guy quit. Don't forget about the guy quit.
And the ref
that was in charge of that, he quit.
And I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about that, because anybody remembers that '96 Olympics, that was the year of my man Michael Johnson when he had the gold shoes on. The man had put an absolute show on. But you could say a young Floyd Mayweather stole that Olympics. He stole that Olympics from the man wearing the golden shoes. And how did he do that in Atlanta? Because he just dominated. Every single person he fought came out of the amateurs. He went pro right after he got robbed and really dominated. Ontario Gotti. I mean, you just keep naming them, man. You could just name all the guys. Like, I can't remember the guys now. I always forget his name. The Mexican guy that used to fight Pacquiao. I think he fought him. Marquez. Was that Marquez that he fought 4 times?
Yep.
Dominated.
And he looked like he was sparring Marquez, bro.
And remember, he ain't fighting 2 years when he did that.
And he hadn't fought in 2 years. That's when we got that legendary interview with him and the great Brian Kelly, who is another guy don't get his credit. Brian Kelly, Paulo Malignaggi, these guys are great for boxing. Say what you want. Yeah, Paulie's racist at times, but come on, bro. Who ain't racist against black people? Brian Kelly's. I'm saying he's good for boxing. I guess he's good for boxing. He's gonna argue with him. Say what you want. Larry Merchant was good for boxing.
Legendary. Okay, you talking about those interviews? Yeah,
the interviews. Larry Merchant. Yeah. And let's be honest here. HBO was probably, and I'm not part of the whole Black Power thing on this, but I'm telling you this, man. HBO was probably one of the most biased networks ever. Yeah. When it came to great fighters, you almost had to turn the sound off. Because nobody gave Floyd any credit for how good he was. Floyd literally took big fights And let's be honest here, he had no business at 154. Floyd says all the time, I was a 126 pounder. What?
Mm.
When you hear him say that was his natural weight, and then you look back at him, because we all fell in love with Pretty Boy Floyd from the Olympics because he was just dominating guys, beating them up. Say what you want about the two-time email champion Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't dominating the lightweights the same way that Floyd did.
Nah,
Let's be honest.
nah.
And Adrian Bronner wasn't there but a couple fights, and so was Terrence Crawford. And he looked a lot more dominant than Devin Haney ever did. So when we talk about great fighters, man, Floyd is almost other than in his card because he got Muhammad Ali as the greatest fighter ever. And then, of course, Sugar Ray Robinson. But the thing is this. When you got a guy like Floyd who came behind such great boxers and still shows you he was the best, there's not much more I can say. I'm gonna let my man Sean T close us out with his final thoughts on that one.
All right, man. First, man, thanks for having me. You feel me? But I don't think it's even close. You know, Floyd is gonna go down as one of the greatest ever. Pacquiao, he was good, but I went to that fight with Floyd and Canelo. That was like September 13, 2013. And man, when I tell you with so many Mexicans up in that bitch, boy, I was in there nervous, right? So, cause I'm in there talking shit, like, man, he about to do this, that, and the other. You hear me?
Yeah.
And about the 8th round, shit, they all was agreeing with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Floyd is the reason why Canelo is who he is right now. You know what I mean? He learned a lot from that loss, and not to mention, like, shit, that right there enhanced his popularity amongst even black people. So Floyd just has that man, he has that it factor. He was meant to be a motherfucking star from day one. You know? Yeah. And I might also just add, it's the same thing happened with Evander Holyfield in the 84 Olympics when they robbed him. You know, that only made him fight harder, you know what I mean? And turn him into a great champion. So yeah, man.
You know, Evander wasn't crying like Floyd. He was pissed. I thought he was gonna hurt somebody. And don't forget, Sean T, we gotta tell the whole story. Evander looked like he was gonna kill somebody when
he was, but after that, you know, Evander, he fought the last 15 round, fight. That was the end of it. He fought Dwight Kwawi. You know what I'm saying? And when that happened, you know what I mean? It was just like a star was born. No different than my man Floyd. It took me a minute to give Floyd his props, but he earned it. Shit, that's a bad motherfucker, you know?
Hey, and like I say all the time, man, if you watch this on playback, please support your boy Prize fighting BBO Boxing, man. We doing this together, man. We're a team. We like Stephen A and Skip. We bringing it back. Shout out to my man Sean T. Shout out to my man Undercard, and we gone.
Peace and love.
Out.